1 year ago, life as we knew it was about to change. The country faced lockdowns and looming coronavirus crisis issues. Now, while most of us dealt with that uncertainty while staying at home, an Iowa couple was dealing with those same worries, but at sea.
One of the first outbreaks on a U.S. cruise ship turned their 2-week vacation into nearly a month-long ordeal.
It's been a long year.
A year like no other. 365 days ago, Tim and Wanda Blount were stranded at sea, stuck on board the Grand Princess cruise ship off the coast of California after nearly 24 cases of coronavirus all but locked down the ship.
It was more confusing than anything, and that was the biggest issue really for us.
We didn't ever really get any answers. It was, they would tell us something then it would change. So you never, when you got the answer, it was never really the final answer.
And we're taking it 1 hour at a time.
For days, they had to stay in their cabins, getting supply drops from the mainland. Once they finally got the all clear to dock, passing under the Golden Gate Bridge, the questions began again.
Okay, what happens next?
Moments after stepping foot on dry land, instead of coming home to Iowa, the couple was whisked off to Texas, where they had to quarantine at Lackland Air Force Base in San Antonio.
We were in a fenced-in area. There were men with guns making sure we stayed inside the fenced-in area, and that's not something we're accustomed to.
They weren't used to being surrounded by people in hazmat suits either. Yet the Blounts say they were well cared for while they waited for the state to make arrangements for them to fly home to Iowa to finish out their quarantine.
We were tested when we were in Texas, and we got our results through the mail the day after we were released from quarantine, telling us we'd been negative the whole time.
And as far as they know, they've stayed that way, never contracting the virus over the past year.
We are get out there people. We haven't been in a cave or under a rock this year. We've gone some places.
Still, they've taken their share of precautions, knowing people who have been sick, even died from COVID-19.
Really, it's been a year.
The CDC has also recommended that we cancel group and social gatherings.
For the Blounts, the year of COVID in Iowa began with an extended adventure.
Things are going to go well or you're going to have a good story.
So we got a good time and a good story.
One they will never forget.
It was, but one that I wouldn't necessarily recommend, you know.
Yeah, I'd rather do without.
Rather do without that part.